talk about some popular misconceptions and ways that Feng Shui is looked at wrong, okay? As a society, we have a view of things sometimes, and sometimes that view is flawed, and as we educate ourselves, we're able to look at things in a more logical, rational manner. I'm Candice. I'm a certified Feng Shui practitioner and a red ribbon professional with the International Feng Shui Guild. We have so many misconceptions as a society. For example, in the early days of medicine, not a lot of stuff was actually understood about it. And practices like drinking radium, taking mercury, heroin used to be administered, cocaine, things like that. And even smoking. Smoking used to be a big thing that doctors would actually recommend, especially to pregnant women. It was the taste women craved if you go off the old cigarette ads, which now we think about that as being crazy, right? Well, there was even a misconception about washing your hands back in the day. It's a big thing right now. You can wash your hands, right, with all this spread of the disease going on. But back in the day, doctors actually didn't know they had to wash their hands in between patients. So one of the saddest things that I heard about, kind of medical misconceptions is that doctors they would actually deliver babies, and they would go in with the remains of the former patient, wipe their hands on themselves, and go see the next patient, because it was believed that the more blood you had on your clothing and stuff like that, the better doctor you were. And so they didn't wash their hands. And actually the mortality rate and infection rate among new mothers was actually very high until they figured that out. So the point being that Feng Shui has a lot of the same view, a very superstitious view that is a big part of our society.
To support the channel, make sure you like the video, subscribe, and hit the little alert icon so you can be alerted when new videos come out.
So many times when people start doing Feng Shui, they have a view of what Feng Shui is. So when I started doing Feng Shui, I thought Feng Shui was this. This is a view I had of it, especially as a little girl. So I actually grew up in Okinawa, Japan. My dad was stationed in the Air Force. And of course, you go to all the shops and stores there, and they are selling items like this. My mom actually has a beautiful pair of, in Japan, they're called shishi dogs. And in different countries they're called foo dogs, and they're actually dragons. But besides the point, this isn't actually Feng Shui. These are just symbols that are visual reminders of the way your spaces feel. Like, for example, these are supposed to be for protection from evil and for prosperity to the household. So one's a mother and one's a father. We could kind of get into that if you really wanted to. However, there's not really a need to use any of these things. And people are actually very confused when I tell them you don't have to buy any of these Feng Shui items, and it actually doesn't involve very much decorating at all. So what are some things that you can actually look at in your space that will improve the Feng Shui? First of all, let's look at what Feng Shui is. Feng Shui is the way your space feels to you. Think about a time where you've walked into somebody's home, and a lot of times I think it happens with elderly people, but we walk into an elderly person's home, and because they're not able to, get up and clean the way they want to and stuff like that, their home sometimes, they don't open the blinds or curtains, they never take those down, and their space feels very, very oppressed. So think of that versus a person whose home you went into and you just felt good, like it feels bright and airy and light, and you just think how nice it feels. What is the difference in those two spaces? The answer is that their home's ability to receive that energy is different. And if you only focus on two things with Feng Shui, focus on this. The front door that you enter, your front porch, okay? Focus on this. Watch my video from the other day, from last week, and take those tips on having a nice open flow in your front door. The second thing you can do is actually seriously so easy. Open your blinds. So many times people live in a space and they never open their blinds in certain parts of their home. Open those blinds daily. We're basically houseplants that need sunlight, air, and water. If we have these things, we feel good. So just do these two things, focus on these two areas of your home, Don't worry about what you're painting your door. Don't worry about the colors and stuff like that yet. And just focus on the way your space feels for you. Another thing Feng Shui is not is a religion. I think a lot of people come to Feng Shui and they're hesitant to apply it because they think it's part of religious practices. The truth is there's a part of Feng Shui that they actually do attribute like Taoist beliefs and practices to. But with classical Feng Shui, which is what I aim to teach you, it's really all about using your natural environment and just putting yourself and your home in a harmonious state with your natural environment and with the way your home flows. Couple quick announcements. Go to my website at fengshuibycandice.com. You become a site member for totally free. Sign in with Google or Facebook. Super easy. You have access to 3 of the 5-day Feng Shui challenges that I've done. And I'm adding more each, every so often. So come participate in that. I'm also starting an interactive forum for page members only, where we focus on a topic each week. We interact and we fix that space in our home, and we can share our pictures and comments and learn together. So part of me teaching is that I really want the interaction with people that are really looking to learn and take the superstition out of Feng Shui.
To support the channel, make sure you give me a little thumbs up, a like there, subscribe, and hit that little alert icon so you can be alerted when new videos come out. Don't forget to visit my website at fengshuibycandice.com. And if you have any questions, please comment below.